Hi, this video is designed to show you how to complete the Unit 3 pretest, Dear Miss Fisher. You will find the directions as well as the Dear Miss Fisher document in the online school in your computer literacy course. You will find the directions in the class announcements as well as in the class assignments. You will see that I have Dear Miss Fisher directions on the left side of my screen and the Dear Miss Fisher document on the right side of my screen. I have clicked and dragged my screens side by side, and I have used grabbing the corner or the end of each individual screen and getting that double-headed arrow and aligning everything so that it fits side by side. This allows you to see the directions and your window. Keep in mind that if you do not see all the menus or all of the ribbon buttons, you may have to expand your word window to be slightly larger than your directions in order to see all of the different buttons and all of the different pieces. Notice that more things become visible as I expand. So your first direction is to open up Dear Miss Fisher letter and save it as Bass _ magazine _ name. So let's do that now. So I'm going to the location where my computer literacy folder is, and I am saving this in my computer literacy folder. This is going to be called Bass _ magazine _ and then your name. And in my case, I'm using my last name. And I click Save. You are to format the words Dear Miss Fisher in a different font and a larger size. So I'm going to select Dear Miss Fisher by clicking and dragging over it. Also, if you want a quicker way, you can triple click at the front of this line. Click, 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 and it will select the entire line of text. Here you will see my format menu kind of pops up and allows me to change the font and the font size. Or I can come up to my home menu, font, and I can change my font to a font of my choice and a larger size. So I'm going to make that just larger than the rest of the text. Step 2 is now complete. Step 3, format both occurrences of Big Bass as italic and change the font color to blue. That requires us to look through the article or the letter and say, where are the words Big Bass? So if I start reading, it has come to my attention that you, Miss Fisher, like fishing. Every month, Big Bass. I have found the words Big Bass. The other thing I can do is I can use Control F. Control F will allow us to find, and you will see the results highlighted for you in yellow. In this case, you can change Big Bass to, it's going to be italics, and then it is going to be font color blue. Any blue. And then what you'll see next is you can go to the very next one. It'll highlight that in yellow by clicking on that down arrow. If you use the Control F feature, you can drop this down. Again, we're looking at changing this one to italics, and the font is going to be blue. So now we have changed Big Bass and Big Bass to italics and blue. In the last paragraph, format the words special offer as bold. Again, you can search the document for special offer, or again, use that Control F, type in the words special, spell it right, offer, and press enter or wait for it to pop up, and you will see special offer is highlighted. We are going to turn on bold for those words. You can now close the navigation. So once I close that navigation, because I've used it, if you didn't use it, you won't have to close it. Format the entire letter as fully justified. So if I'm going to fully justify, I may need to drag out or make this window a little bigger so that I can see all of my buttons. This is a justified. This is left align, center align, right align, and justified. When I click that, it makes the beginning and the end of my article more block text. We're going to change the left margin to 2.5. We're going to click on our layout menu, and under our layout menu, we'll see this button called margins. We're going to drop this margin down. We're going to come all the way down to custom margins, and we are going to change our left margin to 2.5. So left margin is 2.5. Click OK. We are now going to create a header. When we create the header, we are going to use the Insert menu. When you click on Insert, you will find a button called Header and Footer. We're going to drop this down, and we are going to insert a header into our document. It says, create a header with the text Big Bass Magazine center aligned, and then change the font to 28 point and the style of your choice. So you can select one of the predefined headers. I would suggest finding one that has text that is either very simple or centered. So I'm going to click blank. I'm going to type here, and we're going to put in Big Bass Magazine, and we're going to do some formatting. We're going to make sure that we change this font size to 28, font style of our choice, and we are going to center this. Okay, change the font size to 28, and centered. Now we're going to create a footer with your name followed by a space and the page number right aligned in the format, such as Horton page 1 of 1. So if I click on our Insert menu and I click the Header Footer button, this time we're going to Footer. Again, you can scroll through and see all the different footers there are to be used. I'm just going to, again, do blank. I am going to type my last name, and I am going to put in a page number. So you'll see I am now in the header and footer menu. And if I drop this down, I'm going to put a page number, okay, and I can do it at the top of the page, the bottom of the page. In my header footer menu, I'm going to drop down page number, and I'm going to select current position, and I'm looking for page 1 of 1. I'm going to insert that, and it says Dumas, page 1 of 1. I'm going to put a space, and it also tells me that I needed to right align. So I'm going to go to my home menu, and I'm going to right align that text so that it aligns on the right margin of my page. So we are going to continue. I'm going to click out of my footer. That means I'm clicking anywhere in my text to get out of that footer. It says check the document for errors and misspellings and make any corrections. If you click on the review menu, you will see something called ABC proofing. If you drop this down and you click on spelling and grammar, it'll check your document for spelling and grammar errors. It currently says there's no spelling errors and there's no grammar errors. However, it does show you there's a formality error. We can also ignore that. It tells you you're finished reviewing and you are now ready to save. Save the changes to the file. So we're going to click File. We're going to save because we already named this document